Ever felt like your emotions are a roller coaster? One minute you're on top of the world, and the next, feeling down. We've all been there. But what if I told you there's a way to take control, those wild feelings? Let's dive into 10 simple yet powerful techniques from ancient philosophy to help you master your emotions and live a happier life. Step 1. Focus on what you can control. Alright, let's start with a fundamental principle of Stoicism. Focusing on what you can control. It's such a simple idea, but it's incredibly powerful. You see, in life, there are many things we can't control. We can't control the weather, other people's actions, or even some of our initial feelings. But what we can control is how we respond to those things. Imagine you're playing your favorite game outside, and suddenly it starts raining. Now, you can't control the rain. Gonna fall whether you like it or not. But you can control how you react to it. You could get upset and let it ruin your day, or you could decide to have fun with it. Maybe jump in some puddles or create a new game indoors. The choice is yours. When I was a young man, I used to get really upset when things didn't go my way. If my plans got ruined, I'd feel like the world was ending. But then I started practicing Stoicism, and I realized that my frustration was coming from wanting to control everything around me. Once I learned to focus on what I could control, like my reactions and my attitude, I found that I was much happier. I wasn't wasting my energy on things I couldn't change, and I had more energy to enjoy the things I could. Think about it this way. Life is like sailing a boat. You can't control the wind or the waves, but you can adjust your sails. By focusing on what you can control, you're adjusting your sails to navigate the sea of life. So next time something doesn't go as planned, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what can I control in this situation? Then focus on that. You'll be amazed at how much calmer and happier you'll feel. Keep watching, my friend. This is just the beginning. The next step is going to teach you how to understand your emotions better, which is key to controlling them. You won't want to miss it. Step 2. Practice self-reflection. Now that we've talked about focusing on what you can control, let's move on to the next step, self-reflection. This is a fancy term for taking some time each day to think about what happened and how you felt. It's like having a little chat with yourself to understand your emotions better. Self-reflection is important because it helps you learn from your experiences. Imagine you had a rough day at school, and you got really angry when someone teased you. Instead of just moving on, take a few minutes to think about why you got so upset. Were you already feeling stressed about something else? Did their words touch a sensitive spot? By reflecting on these questions, you can understand your emotions better and figure out how to handle similar situations in the future. When I was a boy, I used to get frustrated a lot. I remember one time when my friend accidentally broke my favorite toy. I was so angry that I didn't speak to him for days. Later, when I calmed down, I realized that my anger wasn't just about the toy. I was also feeling left out because my friend had been spending more time with someone else. Once I understood that, I was able to talk to him about how I felt, and we became even closer friends. To practice self-reflection, find a quiet spot where you can think without distractions. Ask yourself questions like, what happened today? How did it make me feel? And why did I react that way? Be honest with yourself, but also be kind. Remember, the goal is to learn and grow, not to beat yourself up. Great job sticking with me. Up next, we're going to learn about a powerful tool that can help you stay calm in any situation. Promise, it's worth the listen. Step 3. Think before you act. Alright, now that you're getting the hang of self-reflection, let's move on to a crucial skill, thinking before you act. Have you ever been so angry or upset that you said or did something you later regretted? It happens to all of us. But with a little practice, you can learn to pause and think before you react, which can save you a lot of trouble. Thinking before you act is like having a superpower. Imagine you're feeling really upset because someone made a mean comment. Your first reaction might be to snap back with something just as mean. But wait, what if you took a deep breath and thought about it for a second? Maybe you realize that the person didn't mean to hurt your feelings, or maybe you decide that it's not worth getting upset over. By pausing and thinking, You give yourself a chance to choose a better response. I remember a time when I got into an argument with a friend. He said something that really hurt my feelings, and I was about to yell at him. But then I remembered the Stoic principle and took a deep breath. Instead of yelling, I calmly told him how I felt. It turned out that he didn't mean to hurt me at all, and he apologized. If I had reacted without thinking, we might have ended up in a big fight, and our friendship could have been damaged. To practice this, try counting to 10 when you feel a strong emotion coming on. Use those 10 seconds to think about what's really happening and what the best response would be. It might feel weird at first, but the more you practice, easier it will become. And trust me, it's worth it. Still with me? Fantastic. Remember, thinking before you act can really change how you handle tough situations. If you're finding these tips helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on more great advice. The next step is going to lighten things up a bit. It's all about finding humor in tough situations. You're going to love it. Step 4. Use humor to lighten up. This next step is a fun one. Using humor to lighten up when things go wrong. Humor is like a magic trick for your emotions. It can make even the worst situations seem a little bit better. Stoics believe that laughter and seeing the lighter side of things could help you stay calm and not take life too seriously. Imagine you're having a really bad day. Maybe you tripped in front of your whole class, spilled your lunch, and forgot your homework. Feels like everything is going wrong. But instead of letting it ruin your day, try finding something funny about the situation. Maybe you laugh at how ridiculously bad your day is going, or you make a joke about it to your friends. Laughter can instantly change how you feel and help you see things from a different perspective. I once had a day where everything went wrong. I was late to a meeting, spilled coffee on my shirt, and then my car wouldn't start. At first I felt like screaming, but then I took a step back and started laughing. I thought, well, at least things can only get better from here. And you know what? That laughter made me feel a lot better and helped me tackle the rest of the day with a smile. Humor doesn't mean you're ignoring the problem or not taking things seriously. It just means you're choosing to find some joy in a tough situation. It's like a secret weapon that helps you stay positive, even when things go wrong. So next time you're having a rough day, try finding something to laugh about. You might be surprised at how much it helps. You're doing amazing. Up next, we'll explore the power of gratitude. This step can change your life, and you'll see why soon. Step 5. Practice gratitude daily. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools in Stoicism for managing emotions. It's all about focusing on what you have instead of what you don't have. When you feel grateful, it's hard to feel sad or angry because you're focusing on the good things in your life. Think about it like this. Your mind is like a garden. If you water the weeds, negative thoughts, they'll grow and take over. But if you water the flowers, positive thoughts, your garden will be full of beautiful blooms. Practicing gratitude is like watering the flowers in your mind. It helps you focus on the good and feel happier. Try this. Every morning, think about 3 things you're grateful for. It could be anything: a warm bed, a good friend, or even a tasty breakfast. By starting your day with gratitude, you set a positive tone for the rest of the day. When you focus on the good, your brain starts to see more good around you, and your emotions will follow. I used to have a habit of focusing on what I didn't have. I'd look at my friends who had more toys or better grades, and I'd feel really down. But then I started a gratitude journal, where I wrote down 3 things I was grateful for each day. It was amazing how quickly my outlook changed. I started seeing all the good things in my life, and my feelings of jealousy and sadness melted away. So, take a few minutes each day to practice gratitude. It's a simple habit that can make a big difference in how you feel. Feeling good? Keep going. Our next step is all about acceptance. Another key to mastering your emotions. You don't want to miss it. Step 6. Accept what you cannot change. Acceptance is another core principle of Stoicism that can help you control your emotions. It's about recognizing that there are things in life you can't change and learning to be okay with that. It might sound simple, but it's a powerful tool for managing your emotions. Think of it like this. Life is like a river. Sometimes the river flows smoothly, and other times it's full of rocks and rapids. You can't change the river. You can only decide how you're going to navigate it. Acceptance is like getting into a boat and going with the flow, instead of fighting against the current. When I was younger, I used to get really upset about things I couldn't change. If something didn't go my way, I'd waste so much energy being angry or frustrated. But then I learned about acceptance and started practicing. Instead of getting upset, I'd take a deep breath and say to myself, "It is what it is." It was amazing how much more peaceful I felt. Next time something happens that you can't control, try practicing acceptance. Take a deep breath and remind yourself that it's okay. You can't change the situation, but you can choose how you respond to it. This simple shift in mindset can make a big difference in how you feel. You're doing great. The next step is all about staying calm under pressure. Must watch if you want to master your emotions. Stay with me. Step 7. Stay calm under pressure. Staying calm under pressure is a key skill for controlling your emotions, and it's one that Stoics mastered. It's about keeping a cool head, even when things around you are chaotic. Picture this. You're in the middle of a big test, and you can't remember the answer to a question. Your heart starts racing, and you feel like you're going to panic. But then you take a deep breath and remind yourself to stay calm. You think clearly, remember what you studied, and you're able to answer the question. Being calm under pressure is like being a rock in a stormy sea. No matter how big the waves are, the rock stays steady. When you're calm, you're able to think clearly and make better decisions. It takes practice, but it's a skill you can learn. Try this next time you're feeling stressed. Take a deep breath and count to 10. Focus on your breath and let go of any tension in your body. Remind yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. This simple technique can help you stay calm and in control, even in the most challenging situations. Keep going. You're almost there. Up next, we're going to talk about forgiveness. It's a tough one, but it's so important for emotional control. Stick with me. Step 8. Practice forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools for controlling your emotions. It's about letting go of anger and resentment and choosing to move forward. When you forgive, you free yourself from the weight of negative emotions. Imagine you're carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks. Every time someone hurts you, another rock gets added to your bag. Over time, the bag gets heavier and heavier, and it's hard to carry. Forgiveness is like taking those rocks out of your bag. It's not about forgetting what happened, but about choosing not to let it weigh you down. I used to hold grudges for a long time. If someone hurt me, I'd replay it over and over in my mind, getting angrier each time. But then I realized that holding on to that anger was only hurting me. So I started practicing forgiveness. It wasn't easy, but with time, I learned to let go and move on. And you know what? I felt so much lighter and happier. Next time someone hurts you, try practicing forgiveness. It doesn't mean what they did was okay, but it does mean you're choosing to let go of the anger and move forward. You deserve peace, and forgiveness can help you find it. Almost there. The next step is all about letting go of perfectionism, a big one for many of us. Hang in there. Step 9. Let go of perfectionism. Letting go of perfectionism is a key part of controlling your emotions. It's about recognizing that it's okay not to be perfect, and that mistakes are a natural part of life. Have you ever felt like you had to be perfect? Maybe you put a lot of pressure on yourself to get perfect grades or be the best at everything you do. It's exhausting, isn't it? Truth is, nobody's perfect, and that's okay. When you let go of perfectionism, you free yourself from the pressure to be flawless, and you're able to enjoy life more. When I was younger, I used to beat myself up over every mistake. If I didn't do something perfectly, I'd feel like a failure. But then I realized that perfectionism was holding me back. So I started practicing self-compassion. I reminded myself that it's okay to make mistakes, and that every mistake is an opportunity to learn and grow. Next time you're feeling the pressure to be perfect, take a deep breath and remind yourself that it's okay to be human. You're allowed to make mistakes and learn from them. Life is a journey, not a test. And the goal is to grow and learn, not to be perfect. We're almost at the finish line. The final step is all about building resilience. The cherry on top. So stick around. Step 10. Build resilience. Our final step is all about building resilience. The ability to bounce back from setbacks and keep going, no matter what. Resilience is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And with resilience, you can handle anything life throws at you. Imagine you're a rubber band. When you're stretched, you might feel like you're going to break. Then you bounce back. That's what resilience is all about. It's about knowing that you can handle challenges and come out stronger on the other side. When I was a young man, I faced many challenges. There were times when I felt like giving up, but each time I chose to keep going. I learned that resilience isn't about never falling down. It's about getting back up every time you do. To build resilience, practice these steps regularly. Focus on what you can control, reflect on your experiences, think before you act, use humor, practice gratitude, accept what you can't change, stay calm under pressure, forgive, let go of perfectionism, and keep pushing forward. With each challenge you face, you're building your resilience muscle and becoming stronger. Remember, these steps are tools to help you control your emotions and live a happier, more peaceful life. Keep practicing, and you'll see amazing changes. And don't forget to subscribe for more tips and advice. Congratulations, you've made it to the end. Thank you for sticking with me through all these steps. I hope you found them helpful and that they inspire you to start your journey towards mastering your emotions the Stoic way. Remember, it's not about being perfect, but about learning and growing each day. So keep practicing, stay strong, and don't forget to laugh along the way.